The Supreme Court is expected to next week give a comprehensive audit of the August 8th presidential election and why it cancelled it, citing among other things massive irregularities in results transmission and non-compliance with existing laws. But French biometric firm OT Morpho, one of the firms that provided the results transmission system, has been doing an audit of its own in the face of accusations that it messed up. The company's chief operations officer, Frederic Baillier, told French media agency AFP that after a thorough examination of its systems, with help from external experts from security software companies, it found no evidence that its systems were hacked, nor were there any attempts to penetrate the system or anything of that kind. OT Morpho supplied the 45,000 tablets used to identify voters biometrically and an associated system that was used to transmit the results of the votes counted, as well as a scan of the Form 34 on which the votes were tallied. The firm, however, noted that there was a delay in scanning some of these forms in some parts of the country, problems they attributed to a lack of 3G network coverage in those parts. This was one of the questions raised by the opposition NASA. NASA had also claimed an algorithm was introduced into the system to manipulate the results as they streamed in. But in response, the French firm said they checked if there were any questionable manipulations by any authorized or unauthorized persons and confirms there was no manipulation of data that could raise questions. The firm criticized the threats against them and their employees, saying they did their jobs in complete political neutrality. They called this an attempt to shift blame on them, saying, and I quote, "Some people are trying to make us the scapegoat of the political situation in Kenya, and we don't intend to play that role," end of quote. NASA, however, maintains the French government has to investigate and prosecute officials of the firm for messing the election, saying they can't trust the firm's self-audit.
Wakati ile Smith Usman wale walichapisha kura ya 2013 walipofanya ukora wakaongana, British government kupitia Serious Fraud Office waliandama directors wa hiyo kampuni, wakafungwa, wakalipa fine. Ndio hiyo iliitwa chicken gate. Sasa tunataka tuone serikali ya Ufaransa nayo itaandama hawa wengine ambayo mitambo yao ilitumiwa kuiba kura za Raila.
The coalition now says they will not go to the polls if the IEBC still uses their services for the October 17th repeat poll.
Ile kampuni ambayo inaitwa Saffron Morpho, ambayo ilileta vifaa ambayo ilitumiwa kwa wizi ya kura, na walikataa kufungua servers yao ili tufanye ukaguzi. Hawezi kufanya uchunguzi yao wenyewe, na tunasema wao watoke nje kwanza.
The French firm says it has transmitted all its logs to the IEBC and was willing to participate in another external audit under the IEBC's authority. Sheila Sendeo, NTV.